Hi there, I'm Hsing-ay Hsu, and welcome to Midday Musical Moment. 大家好，我是许心爱，欢迎收看午间琴音。Engaging with music for me is like the ultimate multi-dimensional workout. It goes from understanding the thought process to feeling the character of the music to breathing with the pulse and the shape of the music. And what music can do for us is to help us pause before we respond, to create a pathway forward, and to connect well with the people around us in our collective moment. In many ancient cultures, the idea of life was tied to the breath. And as I shared with you last week, breathing is actually the only thing that we do that is both voluntary and involuntary. So it's both conscious and subconscious. And our bodies, our nervous systems can communicate directly to our minds. Isn't that amazing? Let's find our breath together right now and notice if it's shallow and restricted or free and unrestricted. Okay, now let's inhale and reach up and then release. And then inhale and reach out and release. See if that changed how your lungs can move inside you. I definitely feel much looser. Okay, so today's theme is family connection, especially to our parents and to our children. And let me share my cultural moment first. A core foundation of Chinese culture is the importance of family. And in times of need, we turn to our parents turn to us, or we turn to our children, and we all support each other as a nuclear unit. And for those of us in the sandwich generation, having my daughter be able to connect well with my parents has been really crucial to my sense of family cohesion. Our parents and our kids need to have activities through which they can express themselves and get to know each other. And, I was just at a Zoom party the other day for Stan Higginbotham, our wonderful former director at the Paul and Daisy Soros Fellowships for New Americans. And one of Dan's criteria for our application was creativity. And then another was the distance traveled. And where did we come from? Where did we come across? What obstacles did we face? What did it take for us to get here? When I applied, I remember it was like the first time that I was invited to reframe our past of struggle and scarcity as new immigrants into this badge of honor, a badge of honor for overcoming adversity. And the way that the application was worded, it communicated that they valued our struggles just as much as our accomplishments. And for those of us who have had to prove extraordinariness to the government in order to obtain visa, in order to get citizenship, in order to not be deported, this was really an earth-shattering change of perspective. So if we want to empower our children to imagine a bright future, despite this horrific mess that we are in today, then I think the best and most direct way of empowerment is to show them what great obstacles our parents and we ourselves have overcome, that it is possible to move forward, however daunting that may seem. Last week, I played for you Chu Wanhua's beautiful arrangement of Pao Ma Liu Liu, a love song from Sichuan. And for this week, I asked my daughter and my parents to contribute by singing the love song together. And so for anyone who is not able to sing Chinese words, I asked my daughter to translate it into English as well. And I invite you now to sing along with us. Okay, let me know in the comments if you were able to feel your lungs move while you are singing. Another thing that my family loves to do together is to take walks in nature. And so this next piece is Norwegian composer Edvard Grieg's take on springtime. You might feel the waves of water nearby, or the sunlight, or the wind. What will you hear? Chat it in and let your physical senses connect you to our collective moment. Now, just like last week, I'll be guiding our musical breath work with my hands like this. So inhale, expand, let your lungs come out and fill with air, and then exhale and release. And today I'm going to be introducing a couple variations of breathing patterns. So if you find yourself breathing differently than me, that's totally okay. There are so many different layers of elements that we can choose to breathe with. If you want at any time, close your eyes and just breathe with what your lungs want to do. Whenever you feel like exploring with me, just watch the screen and breathe with me in time. Okay, let's do one more inhale. Ready, and exhale. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this week's activity challenge is have your kids give their grandparents a surprise phone call and share the love song or maybe one of their own favorite songs, and they will be empowered to see how much joy they can bring. Our kids need attention, they need an audience, and our parents really want to get to know our kids. Music can cross many barriers, including languages and generations. So let's now take a moment to notice how you feel. Let your physical senses, especially your sense of sound, reconnect you to the present moment and release you from past struggles or future worries. If you have more mental clarity, if you feel more ready to engage, if your spirit is more uplifted, then you had a great musical moment. Share with me what you heard today and how you are creating musical moments to share with your family. You can find a replay of this music, of this webinar, on my YouTube channel in 2 hours' time if you want to listen again and remember some of the images and sounds that you experienced. If you want a good parent resource about communication, the immigration story, communicating the immigrant story, and other resources, visit my website, hsing-ay-hsu.com. And before I go, I just wanted to share a couple listeners' email and social media comments. Terlin says, "Thank you so much for these musical moments. It was beautiful." Henry and Tao Ying says, "We enjoyed it very much." Thank you for your positive feedback. I really appreciate it. Happy listening this week, and I will see you next Thursday.